Welcome, everybody. This is Dex's Bull Panel. Very excited to be here. We are analyzing the latest Zapruder film of Biden getting his shot. Now, obviously, this is a high-def one. This is the only high-def one we could find. But I think I've got one of the smoking guns. And 4Cheese is here, guys. Welcome, 4Cheese. But here's my thing. First, Dex pointed out right away, you don't know what's in the shot, even if it really goes in. Second, it really doesn't look like she put anything in. Third, this is Fat Biden. We've got at least two Bidens. We've got a skinny Biden and a fat Biden. So I think that Fat Biden, I think this guy really did something bad. Whoever's playing Fat Biden, that guy. Because here's the thing, that's the one they send out to get the shots. They're like, Fat Biden, you know you're not going to survive this. You go get the shots. They've got his family. Fat Biden is like doing this for his kids. He knows he's going to die. Skinny Biden might be like whatever's left of the real Biden, and he's like trying to keep it together. But Fat Biden, no, that's the guy that gets the shots.
I think you're on to something there.
Anyway, all right, guys. Look, they're already going, oh no, Frank has completely taken over, and it's just nonsense all the time now. No, we're definitely doing some charts, but first I wanted to bring this up. I knew that Dex would at least feel compassion for me. New York governor could tap National Guard to replace unvaccinated healthcare workers. From what I understood, they already did, and it starts tonight. So,
whoa,
yeah, and that's right in my neck of the woods because they're kicking out the unvaccinated healthcare workers as of midnight. So these people are really pushing hard, which makes me think they know that it's gonna be impossible to hide real soon. That's my theory as to why they're pushing so hard. Because
what do you mean by that?
It's a little comical. I think people are going to start getting sick. I think people already are getting sick. Of course, that's just my opinion. I don't have any way to prove that.
Oh, actually, there's plenty of documentation online.
Yeah.
People are getting sick and dying. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just going to become too hard to hide really, really soon. That's why I think they're trying to get every last little one, and trying to just create that pressure. And yeah, so that's my theory. I'm sticking with it.
Well, Frank, do your best. Avoid hospital. You just have to tell the folks.
Absolutely.
I mean, come on. What they're doing is just tell people, hey, if you're smart enough, stay out of that system.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, if you can avoid it, it is best to stay out of the hospitals, because I don't know if you guys recall when I reported, it was at least a year or so ago, where I found out that the Medical Association has deemed that it's okay for your doctor to lie to you if he or she feels it's in your best medical interest and or to save your life.
They just keep making us into their infants that they get to make our choices for.
Yes, they can lie to you. Yes.
Yeah.
So if they know you're one of those people who say, you're not going to jab me, the doctor can jab you while you're unconscious or whatever, and then lie to you about it afterwards. Yep.
Healthy thoughts.
And then if it comes out, they'll say, well, we felt his life was in danger, and so we did it to save his life.
Yep. This nonsense will go on.
Did you see that case? This was weeks ago now, but there was a lady in Chicago had her kids taken away for no reason. That the judge just asked her, "Have you been vaccinated?" She said no. The judge took her kids.
Why was she in front of a judge anyway?
No, it was. I think it was.
I believe it was part of a divorce proceedings or custody proceedings.
Okay, so then it's not on the judge; it's on the husband.
Well, the judge ended up revoking it because I think he realized he overstepped. But yeah, the fact that he did it in the first place is pretty shocking.
Yeah, it's the husband. When you say divorced, that doesn't count because divorces can get really petty and ugly, and it sounds like that was something that the husband was using.
It was actually the judge. It was actually the judge who did it, but the husband's lawyer, obviously once the judge did it, the husband's lawyer was all about it.
How do we know that the judge doesn't play golf with this guy's lawyer or even him? Whenever you see judges do things like that in court proceedings, there's usually something backroom dealish going on. They know exactly what they're doing. Those activist judges don't do it, things out of their own behest. They're told what to do.
All right, hey.
Yeah, that's true. I just figured it was a judge going too far.
Yeah, that's my assumption too. Yeah, it's kind of a bizarre case. But let's take a look at Bitcoin. I was going to say Bizcoin.
No, we're not going to take a look at Bitcoin. I was speaking. That is rude.
I thought we were done. Hey, we still talking about the Chicago kid? I really thought we were done this time. I wasn't even trying to.
Is that a daily or weekly, my man?
I'm not even going to tell you now. You just get.
Oh wow, he's being mean to me.
Daily.
This is our daily.
This is our daily.
We don't do daily charts here. We do 5-minute charts. Pull up a 5-minute chart.
5 minutes.
No,
you're just being
trading,
silly.
so we need the 5-minute chart.
I've got my $100 and I'm on Nadex binary charts right now, getting ready to place.
No, you did not use that N word on this show. You don't ever use the N word on this show. All right? That is anathema. Nadex is anathema. Okay, real quick. See on that far left red bar with that massive bearish pointer?
Yep.
This is a very teachable moment. You can't make this stuff up. Notice how the market did eventually come down, test, and take that out. Markets always do that. Those pointers are like gaps. Price action will always be attracted to it like a magnet, and those prices will be reconciled. Right now, the daily chart is looking like Bitcoin is about to test and take out the previous weekly low here. So you're in a downtrend channel, still in a corrective phase, and you're in a danger zone right here. You can see how price is threatening to drop outside of the Kumo cloud. All right, you got one more support, which is right there at the bottom of the Kumo cloud. But I gotta tell you, man, we're in jeopardy of this thing falling outside of the cloud. And if it does that, remember the zones I gave you last week, we could see a Bitcoin in the 30,000 range. Yeah. I think if I'm going off memory right now, I think it's 32 or 33,000 is the next key support on the downside. That's quite a ways to drop. You're looking at a 10,000 plus drop possibility coming in Bitcoin if it falls outside of that cloud and over the cliff. That's a long way down. Now, here is the contrarian view on the same chart. One could make a very good argument that the bottom of the Kumo cloud is actually a key support zone from which we expect price action to bounce from, and then reverse course, get out of the zone of correction and start trending north of 65,000.
That's my vote.
You could actually look and say, well, actually, we're in an uptrend channel. We're in a smaller downtrend channel within a larger uptrend channel. If you just take a look at that chart, you can literally draw a trend line from top to bottom, and you would see it and be like, "Oh, we got something else going on here, folks." So yeah, you're at a crossroads. You are at a crossroads. But how you make that chart, do that again, make it small like you just did again. All right. Now, you could also make the argument that you are in a larger downtrend channel within an uptrend channel within a downtrend channel, meaning that the bias overall is to the downside. And that's just off of that daily chart. I know it's crazy. It could go either way. We're at a crossroads. We need to see how the market closes on Friday. If it cannot hold, then I think we're going to fall. It's just what it is.
But right before you got on, the dudes were talking about a potential buying opportunity. So you might have some bears in the bull panel tonight.
Well, word on the street. There's some word on the street that the powers that be may be looking to dump Bitcoin here and throw their money into some key altcoins. Not saying that Bitcoin is dead and going to be irrelevant, but that some of the altcoins may want to move ahead and take precedence, something like an Ethereum possibly. Yeah, a few other coins I heard. So there's some chatter out there.
Even Cardano.
Yeah, I think that this is one of those backroom deal things I was telling you about. How many times has China come out and said, oh, we're cracking down on Bitcoin just within the last 18 months? I would say probably about 18 times within the last 18 months. And every time they say something like that, what does it do to the price action? It causes it to drop. Remember what I taught you guys as far as market manipulation 101. Whenever they want to balloon something, they crash it first and vice versa. What have we seen crashed lately? What did we see a major operation in, a major financial psyop?
You talking about the Litecoin?
Nope, it was in the energy market, crude oil. They took crude oil futures contract, a commodity, which always has intrinsic value. It will never be worthless. They took it to negative $100 a barrel. That was a sign and a signal that they're about to balloon crude oil up to maybe $300-400 a barrel. So you're probably going to want to get into some OIH as soon as possible. That's the ticker for the crude oil ETF that tracks with the futures. On top of that, I think it may help and bring the Canadian dollar along for the ride for you forex people. So watch your dashboard for the PulseWave reports on the Canadian dollar and the crude oil futures complex, including the ETFs. And as far as on the altcoin side, you're looking at like ETF and your Theta, and you're looking at what was that other one? I forget some of the symbols, but I know that Ethereum is a big one. So I think that any coin that has a lot of alternative uses and is more practical, that's what people are going to be putting their money in. So just saying.
Sorry, I was muted. IT asked, what was the downside for BTC again? What were some of your targets?
What the next key support is between 33 and 32,000, somewhere around there. I'll be covering it more, Lord willing, tomorrow night in tomorrow's end of day report. But for now, if you are a subscriber, a member, those key supports are already on the dashboard on your report. Look at the weeklies. Look at the weekly on the Bitcoin, and they'll tell you exactly where it is.
Very good.
I think that is the actual number too, if I remember correctly. I think that's the actual number. Let me just see here real quick. Okay, on the one I do by hand, the Bybit. Okay, that number, your next key support is a lot higher than that actually. So definitely take a look at tonight's report on that one. And for those that like to use the futures to track that support number is actually a little bit higher than my Bybit one that I do by hand. So you're good to go. You don't have to worry about that for now. If you trade either the futures or you use my Bybit ones that I do by hand, you should be good to go. But the next stop, if those on my report are broken, is going to be at that 33, 32 handle.
Here's the ADA USD chart.
Looking just like Bitcoin. Looking almost identical to the Bitcoin chart.
Let's look at ETH.
Same analysis as Bitcoin.
Here's ETH.
Same analysis as Bitcoin.
Litecoin.
Identical charts. Now, Litecoin is on a different trajectory, you guys. Seriously. Litecoin is the silver of the crypto market. Seriously. If you look at it, like Bitcoin is gold. Those other charts you just pulled up, they're all gold, right? Mm-hmm. But Litecoin is the silver spot futures, if you will, of the crypto market. It's always the weaker sister. It's already fallen over the cliff and is already on its way down.
I love calling something the weaker sister.
So I think that's because Litecoin is probably not going to be as widely adopted as, let's say, like the Ethereum. I think Ethereum may actually overtake Bitcoin at some point.
A lot of talk about that. Because
they've been talking about it a lot as far as its alternative uses. And I'll tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, I would not be surprised if the feds adopt that Ethereum.
Wow.
Ooh.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You heard it here.
That's right. I would not be surprised, ladies and gentlemen. Think about it. What other coin is trading in the thousands of dollars like Bitcoin? Nothing. Ethereum is the only one that comes to mind. Unless you tell me, am I wrong? Is there another altcoin that is as expensive as Ethereum? Nope, not at all.
I mean,
I don't know what Bitcoin is going to be. I think Bitcoin is just going to be like the Dow, or like the Dow and transportation average, or the Dow Jones of the crypto market. I don't think it's going to serve too many purposes, except for just being like a major overall index, a coin index, if you will. But I think Ethereum is going to be the very practical thing going forward.
here's one that looks a little different than everything. This is Atom, which we've been looking at. Cosmos.
Yeah, that Adam. Tell me about what that's about. Market. It's trying to go parabolic. I'm concerned at the flip floppage right here, though. This is kind of not good. There's something going on here. You see that cluster? That there's something going on there. A big something is going on there. So that's kind of concerning right now. When you start seeing clusters like that, it could be the sign of a top coming. If that's not the actual top forming, that could be a top coming signal. So something about it. You got to look at it. Switch to a weekly on that for me real quick. Let me see the weekly.
I'm good.
That's the weekly on the Atom?
Yep.
Good grief. Yeah, that thing is just shot straight up like a rocket.
Yeah.
No true breakaway gaps or anything like that, but that's a powerful upsurge. Yeah, okay, right now it's going to pull back to just a little bit. You got a support right there, and you're above the cloud. I think this one is still bullish, but I will wait to see when this pullback right here is done and then get in. I wouldn't just buy right here at the market. No way. I don't know how far this pullback is going to extend. It's not a correction yet. It's just a pullback. So let's see where it finds support, and then I would be looking to get in. This is one of those charts where once I add it to the PulseWave report, you're definitely going to need to get in there. Yeah, Jen, Ethereum is where it's at right now. Ethereum is looking real good. I would definitely be looking at that Ethereum on the reports.
Celebrity cat blogger in the comments here.
Yeah, this is a wonderful time to be alive as far as being in these markets, because I think that the future outlook for these cryptos is magnificent, and I think that it's going to take some of the market with it. It's not going to be the only game in town. I don't see stocks dying or forex not being in play. I think forex is going to be in play too, because of some geopolitical scenarios that are going to be playing out. We could have some volatility coming in the crypto space as well. I mean, in the forex space as well. Commodities are about to go bananas too. We got a lot of uncertainty out here, and I think that if people aren't careful, they're going to get blown to bits in the commodity space. I still think that crude oil, they're playing a game. I think they wanted to go parabolic. And as far as what's going on with the whole Brexit thing, I'm very suspicious of Brexit. I would believe what the stories are saying if it wasn't for the fact of the little coinky-dink that it happened in the U.S. first. They're claiming all these severe gasoline shortages and empty gas stations, and because of the whole Brexit. I don't buy that, and the reason why I don't buy it is because we had the gasoline shortage here just a few months ago. Now, mind you, it only lasted a couple of days, but they're basically saying it's gasoline Armageddon over there. I think it is a controlled situation that they're doing, and it started last year when the gangsters took control of the most gangster market on the planet, crude oil. It's not a coincidence that this kind of power move happened in the crude oil market, which is the most gangster market in the world. They didn't do it with gold or silver or any other commodity. They did it with the crude oil. I've never in the history of the commodities exchange, futures exchange, had a commodity to go negative. That is something that is supposed to be physically impossible. It's supposed to go against the laws of physics, but they did it. All right. And they keep doing these weird things that are not supposed to happen. And the market is not broken. They are controlling and managing it. So I will be on the lookout with this, folks. 100%.
That gives us a good segue. Could you each give us just 30 seconds on what you're going to be watching this week, even if it's just to reiterate and emphasize what you already said? We'll start with Cramerica, go to Will, and then we'll end off with anything Dex wants to say. Cramerica, what are you watching this week? What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm always watching Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the granddaddy of the crypto. So wherever that goes, the rest of them will follow.
Indeed. How about you, Will?
Well, I'll add something to it. I think if there's a flash crash or smash down, I'll be the buyers. I'm not afraid of it.
Nice.
If it's skyrocketed to 50,000, 60,000, that would be great.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll play both hands, on that.
Yeah. I definitely like to see the prices higher, but I'm at the point with cryptos where it's like, yeah, just as long as I have more crypto at the end of the day, that's all I really care about. Dex, how about you going into the rest of the week? What's on your mind?
I'm staying on the sidelines until I know what the Fed is going to say out of their mouth during these Senate hearings.
Right.
So until the testimony until the last word is said, I'm folding my hands. I'm not touching nothing.
Gotcha.
Because they could do something ignorant, and I don't put that past them. I don't think they're going to really watch their words. I think they know exactly what they want to do and when they want to do it, and they can say something insane, or it can be taken the wrong way, and the markets can just go into full meltdown, panic mode, whatever.
Right.
So I'm going to wait. I'm going to let the smoke clear and the dust settle, and then I'll pounce. But you ain't getting me caught up in this nonsense. Nope.
All right, with that nice pop at the end of your nope, that's a great way to end the broadcast. Thanks for being with us, everybody. Great show tonight, guys. We appreciate you. We're over.
Peace.